Welcome to our journey into soil revival. Today we'll explore how to bring life back to your garden soil, making it fertile and thriving once again. If you've ever stared at a patch of lifeless, compacted earth in your garden and wondered if it could ever support thriving plants again, you're not alone. Dead soil is one of the most common challenges gardeners face, whether you're dealing with overworked farmland, construction-damaged ground, or simply soil that's been neglected for years. The good news is that nature has provided us with two incredibly powerful methods that have been restoring soil health for centuries, long before modern fertilizers ever existed. To truly revive your garden, it's essential to understand what makes soil dead in the first place. Dead soil lacks the organic matter and beneficial microorganisms that plants need to thrive. By recognizing the signs and underlying causes, we can begin to implement effective natural solutions to restore vitality to your soil. Before diving into the solutions, it's crucial to understand what we're actually fighting against. Dead soil isn't just dirt that looks bad, it's an ecosystem that has lost its biological activity. When soil becomes compacted, depleted of organic matter, or chemically imbalanced, the microscopic community of bacteria, fungi, and other organisms that make plants thrive simply disappears. Without these beneficial microorganisms, nutrients become locked away, water can't penetrate properly, and plant roots struggle to establish themselves. You'll recognize dead soil by its telltale signs. It's hard and compacted when dry, turns into sticky clay when wet, has poor drainage, and often appears grayish or lifeless in color. Plants grown in such conditions are weak, yellowing, and susceptible to diseases. But here's the remarkable thing: soil is incredibly resilient and wants to return to life. You just need to give it the right conditions. Method 1. Composting. The first method that has been transforming dead soil for millennia is composting, though not in the way most people think about it today. Traditional composting goes far beyond simply piling up kitchen scraps. Ancient civilizations understood that creating rich, living compost was about building a complete ecosystem in miniature. The secret lies in understanding the carbon-to-nitrogen ratio, something our ancestors knew intuitively. For every part of nitrogen-rich green materials like fresh grass clippings, vegetable scraps, or manure, you need about 3 parts of carbon-rich brown materials like dried leaves, straw, or paper. This ratio feeds different types of microorganisms that work together to break down organic matter into humus, the dark, crumbly substance that transforms soil. When you're reviving dead soil, you're not just adding nutrients, you're reintroducing an entire living community. The bacteria in well-made compost immediately begin colonizing your soil, breaking down organic matter and making nutrients available to plants. Fungi form networks that help plants communicate and share resources. Earthworms follow, aerating the soil and leaving behind their incredibly rich castings. The application method matters enormously. Rather than just spreading compost on top of dead soil and hoping for the best, you really need to work it into the existing earth. Turn over the top 6 to 8 inches of soil, breaking up compaction as you go, and then mix in a generous amount of compost. Aim for about 1/3 compost to 2/3 existing soil. This intimate mixing allows the beneficial organisms to spread throughout the entire root zone rather than staying confined to a surface layer. What makes this method so powerful is its cumulative effect. The first application begins the revival process, but it's the ongoing addition of organic matter that creates lasting change. As the living organisms in your soil multiply and establish themselves, they create better soil structure, improve water retention, and build up nutrient reserves that plants can access over time. The second ancient method involves using living plants as soil healers, a practice known as green manuring. This technique was perfected by farmers thousands of years ago, who observed how certain plants could restore fertility to exhausted fields. The concept is beautifully simple. Grow specific plants not for harvest but specifically to benefit the soil. Leguminous plants like clover, vetch, and beans are the stars of this method because of their unique ability to partner with nitrogen-fixing bacteria. These bacteria form nodules on the plant roots and literally pull nitrogen from the air, converting it into a form that plants can use. When these nitrogen-rich plants are cut down and incorporated into the soil, they release this captured nitrogen along with all their other organic matter. But the benefits extend far beyond nitrogen fixation. Deep-rooted plants like daikon radishes or alfalfa act as living plows, breaking through compacted layers and bringing nutrients from deep in the subsoil up to the surface where other plants can access them. Their extensive root systems create channels that improve drainage and aeration long after the plants have decomposed. The timing and method of incorporating green manures is critical for maximum benefit. The ideal time to cut and turn under these plants is just before they flower, when their nitrogen content is at its peak, but before they've used their energy to produce seeds. Cut the plants close to ground level, then either till them directly into the soil or let them wilt on the surface for a few days before incorporation. Fast-growing crops like buckwheat and phacelia are particularly valuable for quick soil improvement projects. Buckwheat can be planted, grown, and incorporated in just 6 to 8 weeks, making it perfect for filling gaps in your garden schedule while building soil health. Its shallow roots help break up surface compaction, and its flowers provide nectar for beneficial insects while the crop is growing. By combining different methods such as using cover crops and composting, you can achieve long-term soil health and productivity. It's all about creating a sustainable system that works harmoniously with nature. So remember, patience and consistency are key to successful soil restoration. The real magic happens when you combine composting with green manures in a systematic approach. Start by working compost into your dead soil to introduce beneficial organisms and improve the physical structure. Then immediately plant a fast-growing green manure crop in that enriched soil. The plants will grow more vigorously in the improved conditions, producing more biomass to eventually feed back into the soil. This creates a positive cycle. Better soil grows better green manures, which create even better soil. Within a single growing season, you can see dramatic improvements in soil structure, color, and biological activity. Earthworms return, the soil becomes easier to work, and water infiltration improves dramatically. The seasonal rhythm becomes almost meditative. In early spring, work in compost and plant cool-season green manures like crimson clover or winter rye. As the weather warms, incorporate these crops and plant warm-season options like cowpeas or buckwheat. Each cycle builds upon the last, steadily transforming dead earth into living soil. Reviving dead soil isn't a one-time project, it's the beginning of a new relationship with your garden. Once you've brought your soil back to life using these time-tested methods, maintaining that health becomes much easier. Regular additions of compost, even small amounts, keep the biological activity thriving. Periodic plantings of green manures during fallow periods prevent the soil from sliding back into its lifeless state. The investment of time and effort you make in soil restoration pays dividends for years to come. Healthy living soil supports stronger plants that are more resistant to pests and diseases. It holds water more efficiently, reducing your irrigation needs. Most importantly, it becomes a foundation for garden success that improves with age rather than depleting over time. These ancient methods work because they align with natural processes rather than fighting against them. They're sustainable, cost-effective, and create results that synthetic fertilizers simply cannot match. Your soil wants to be alive. These methods simply give it the opportunity to return to its natural, thriving state. If this guide has helped you understand how to breathe life back into your garden soil, make sure to subscribe to Hydro Haven for more time-tested gardening wisdom that actually works. Share this with fellow gardeners who are struggling with poor soil. Together, we can help more gardens reach their full potential using methods that have stood the test of time.